Yo, everybody, do it. King Dingbat here, and today I want to welcome Philly Fresh to the channel. He's a guy who I've been watching for a while now, up and coming YouTuber, and he's on the second episode of the State of the Eagles, which I get the opinions of other Eagle content creators on what's going on with this team, where we're at. I'm sorry for the delay, but I couldn't get the audio to work because I'm a moron. I'm a dingbat. I didn't realize I had to turn the volume up because it was at 0. So it took me a half hour to figure that out. And you peoples want me to stream with scoreboards. How the hell do I do that? Come on now. Philly Fresh, my man. Welcome to the show. How are you doing, my man?
Yo, that man. What's going on, my guy, man? Appreciate you having me on. Seriously, kind of long overdue. You know what I mean? But I definitely appreciate you having me on. I mean, let's talk about it, man. You already know the general is here and the general is
Philly
ready.
Fresh, the general. His link is in the description. Make sure you go sub him up. I always enjoy his videos, whether they're in his house, whether in their live streams, whether in the car. I love it, and I'm really curious about his opinion on some of the stuff. So let's jump right into this, man, and let's have the starting point at this conversation. Start at the big trade of Carson Wentz to the Indianapolis Colts and going with Jalen Hurts. What are your overall opinions when it comes to that trade and what they're doing at the quarterback position?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie to you. It was kind of a hurt piece. Everybody knows how I feel about Carson Wentz. But it had to be done. It had to be done. This man was not. He was not happy. You know what I mean? He was not happy ever since. Really, I mean, more and more things are coming out. Jason Avant said that he wasn't happy when they basically benched him in 2018-19 season, and Nick Foles went to the playoffs again. You know, he was toughing it out through injuries then, and he wanted to keep playing. And they said, "No, we ain't probably thought we wasn't gonna make it to the playoffs. Let's get Foles a try. You know, sit down. You know, we invested a lot in you. We don't want to get you hurt." And he wanted to play, which is understandable with a guy like that. A mentality like that he wants to, if he can, he'll play on one leg, which he did in 2017. It was only for a couple of plays, but you don't know nobody that ever threw a touchdown on a torn ACL. But that's neither here nor there. So then the Jalen Hurts thing. I mean, going to get him in the second round when you could have put weapons around the guy, and then you come out your mouth, Mr. Howie Roseman, and say, "I'm not missing on Russell Wilson again." You say that, and right. I'm your franchise quarterback. Who the hell am I? Chopped liver?
Right.
So from there, Of course, now his nose is up. Of course, now he's looking at it like this franchise does not believe me. I don't give a damn that they paid me this, they paid me that. I helped y'all out for real. That's how you're looking at it. By signing that contract, it actually helped us out. You know what I mean? Not now, but the contract then was not. It wasn't that deep when you look at when you look at other contracts. Like 2 days later, a contract was better than his. You know what I mean? In Jared Goff.
Right.
But so he got up out of here, man. You know, I wish him the best. I'm still an Eagles fan. Fly, Eagles, fly. But Howie Roseman is the culprit.
The culprit. I agree with you.
Let me tell you something. Howie needs to go, or he needs to go back into the broom closet, man.
Hey, I agree with you when it comes to Howie. No question. Let me get this super chat out of the way. Vasilios, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Hey, Philly. Fly Eagles fly. Also love Kyle Pitts." And we're going to get into Kyle Pitts. I see a lot of you guys in the chat talking about Kyle Pitts. We're going to talk about him. We're going to get to him. But let me say yo and hello to everybody here. I didn't say hi as you guys came in because I was kind of late, but I apologize. Shout out to each and every one of you guys I see in here. I see a lot of people want to talk about Kyle Pitts, and we're going to get into him because that's my guy I'm in love with, and I've made no bones about it. So I agree with you. Howie Roseman is an issue, and I think he's the one problem that we have. The problem is now is we're stuck with him. So, you know, I get a lot of people saying when you talk about something good about the Eagles, you have to remember Howie Roseman. Like, I understand he's always the problem. He's always the issue, you know. What are your thoughts on Hurts and what this kid could do?
First of all, before I say that, yes, Kara, I was on time. I mean,
no, it's him.
Really late. He wasn't late. He wasn't late, Kara. It's just that the headphones. But yes, I was on time.
Yeah, it's my fault. I could not get the headphones to work.
The headphones fault.
I don't know how to. I didn't know I had to turn the volume was at 0. Who the hell knew that?
All right, but back to your question. In all seriousness, I don't know, and I don't think that the organization knows neither. This is why you're hearing certain things. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but can you really be mad at Nick Siri? I call him Siri. You know what I mean? If Nick Siri says, "I came over here to be a coach for Carson Wentz. We heard so much about the guy because of Frank Wright or whatever the case may be, and he's not here anymore, and he wants his own guy." You know what I mean? Instead of going with a Jalen Hurts, and you have the opportunity to do that where we sit in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know a lot of people are saying Hurts season with that. If the organization is behind him and saying that he is the starting quarterback, or at least fighting for the starting quarterback position, that has not happened yet. So I really don't know how to go with this. I don't want to get everybody pumped up about Hurts' season, and then he end up not even being a quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Crazier things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So you think they could just not even go with him?
Yeah, I think that they can. I think that they can. I mean, anything can happen right now. Who knows? They can actually move up in the draft and try to get it. I mean, it's not like we in the middle of the pack. We are number 6.
Right.
So it's not like we can't move up in the draft and try to get the guy from a BYU or something like that. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Because I don't know if Hurts is as good as a lot of these. I know he's better than a lot of these quarterbacks, but I'm talking about the main guys. We already know Trevor Lawrence. Come on now, stop it. Right. But the guy from BYU, Hummel Fields is a toss up to me.
Yeah.
And also Matt Jones.
Well, Matt Jones is coming into conversation now. Let me get this super chat out of the way. John Gill, my man, thank you for the super chat. He says, "I'm with you guys on Carson, fellas. I think Carson bounces right back. Let's hope Howie doesn't screw Hurts up moving forward." John, thank you for the super chat. I agree. I mean, that's always something you got to worry about. And if you draft a quarterback, you're going to screw him up. You're already doing it. If you draft a quarterback early. Now, I got a Philly Reacts video coming on Trey Lance and Zach Wilson. I liked Zach Wilson more than I thought I was going to. Actually, I kind of liked him. I'm not saying that I would draft him, but he kind of surprised me. I think he's kind of intriguing. He's somebody I want to I really want to go deep into the film study on, you know. But I mean, look. What do you think Hurts' ceiling is? What do you think his floor is?
See, that's the problem. I really don't know, because I think his best game was the Cardinals game last year. Okay. I understand the Saints game, ran around, got first downs running around. They really wasn't prepared for him. But he actually duked it out with Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. To put up 340 or something like that, two touchdowns. Mm-hmm. He actually duked it out, and I like what I seen. But then you look at the Dallas game, and it's 7 for 23 for 73 yards in 3 quarters, and it's not good. That's not good. Now, give or take, I cannot grind up. I mean, I cannot apologize, as people say, for Carson Wentz's play and look at the coach and not do that for Jalen Hurts at the same time.
Right.
The coaching was horrible. And then that, not Dallas game, I'm sorry, Washington game, not the Dallas game, the Washington game. When they actually put Nick Sutherland in. And in that game, I'm confused, because I'm I don't know if you're trying to tank, or what was we doing in that game? I still don't know to this day.
They were tanking.
It seemed like it. If you're tanking, why are you bringing out plays that I've been calling for since week 1? Right. You got Greg Ward finally throwing the football. I was saying that since week 1. You know what I mean? So I don't understand it. But give or take, I like Jalen Hurts. I like his mindset. Mm-hmm. I like that everybody says he's the leader. I don't know the dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people say he's a leader. A lot of these young kids are going to play for him because they look up to him. Playing for Alabama, then going to Oklahoma. Even Rhaegar, he likes to play. You hear what he's saying. You know what I mean? Right. So that's good. That's all cool. Locker room thing, cool. But the arm strength is a problem to me. I don't think he has. Now, can you teach this? I don't know. The arm strength is really, really a problem. That has to get better. You know what I mean? Accurate, okay. But when I seen Carson Wentz first 4 games, we're going to go 4 games. You seen him versus the Cleveland. You seen him versus Pittsburgh. And I'm not saying this just about Carson Wentz. I'm saying this about other guys too. You said, "Wow, that's my quarterback. That's a franchise guy." Watch. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I seen her, when I looked at Hurts 4 games, I didn't feel that way. Now I could be wrong. He could blow my socks off. Pause. But you know what I mean. He can actually surprise me. But for right now, what I see is a average kind of guy. I don't know if he's a franchise guy. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's a guy that make that spectacular play like you see, from even Deshaun Watson. He like, even though he only had 4 wins, he still will make that spectacular play. I don't know if we got that in Jalen Hurts. Hopefully we do.
I think, my personal opinion, I think you got that in Hurts. I think he can make the spectacular play. I think his arm strength isn't the greatest, but I think it's good enough. The question is, can he become a better passer? I do think there are things you can do to get your arm better. I definitely do. But we only have like 4 games. We don't really have enough. We don't have enough out there to really know yet. And teams haven't adjusted to him and him playing. That's going to be an issue for him this year. Luke's of Hazard, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, "Yo, Philly, do you think the Eagles can build a healthy culture around the new coaching staff? Great potential leader at quarterback. Keep up the great videos." Thanks, Luke's of Hazard. I mean, I think they could build a healthy culture. The problem I have, and what worries me, and I'm sure Fresh is going to say the same thing, it's Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman, what does he control? What say does he have over the coaches? This could always be an issue. I mean, we heard reports before Carson was traded that he talked to the owner, he talked to everybody, he had no problem with anybody, but he wasn't taking Howie Roseman's phone calls. That's a problem. That is a problem. And then depending on what
I don't mean to cut you off. Found it. That's not a problem. That's the problem.
The problem, right?
That's the problem. And if Nick Siri doesn't grab the team by the stomach or by the gut, whatever you want to call it, and say, "Yo, listen, man, this is my team. You want to pick the 53? All right, whatever the case may be." Because I know a lot of GMs do that, but I just don't want that GM to do it. You know what I mean? Right. He's not good at evaluating talent. Now, here's the thing, because I know he's not going anywhere. You want to know why? You want to know why, 500?
Because he's got pictures on
listen. This whole
he's got Lori's. He's got pictures of him pants down in a brothel in Mexico, drunk off his mind, getting slapped in the ass. I know it. He's got to have it on him, man.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something, man. It's about that. It's about that paper. It's about that almighty dollar, the mugger, whatever you call it from wherever you at. It's about the bread, man. He probably was in the meeting when Doug Peterson said, "All right, well, I want more control over what's going on," and whatever the case may be. And when he said, if it's true, he said, "Bring back Press Taylor." He was tripping on that one. But anyway, if Doug, when they was in the meeting, I guarantee Jeffrey Lurie looked at Doug and then looked at Howie Roseman, seeing dollar signs, because he saves him so much money. You know what I mean? Even though we're over the cap right now, Howie is going to find a way to fix it. He's going to find a way to throw money here, throw money there. That's what he does. And what do millionaires, well, not millionaire, dude's a billionaire. What do the rich like to get richer? That's all. It's the bottom line. That's the main thing. So that's the reason that he's not going to go anywhere. I just don't want him to show his face at practice and say, "Oh man, that guy should start."
Well, that's what he does. But that's what he does. I mean, when you even look at the power, he has the right he has the right for the final 53 roster. He has the final say in the final cuts. So you could have a guy outperforming somebody else, but he can say, nah. He hasn't watched one practice, studied one tape, and he can just come in and be like, nah, he doesn't make the team. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, we already seen it. Like it should be no reason at all that Alshon Jeffrey when Fulgham is splitting snaps with Alshon Jeffrey.
Right.
Like, and that's another thing, that probably had our ex-quarterback heated. How do you take away my best weapon? This is my best weapon. You're gonna put him on a sideline for a dude that was probably talking about me behind my back.
Right.
Come on, man. Come on, man. That ain't. I mean, if I'm that dude, I'm going too.
Right. Right. No, I hear you.
And it's all on Howie.
Yeah.
Like, he has to fix this.
He's the problem. He is the issue, and he will remain the issue until they take the power off of player personnel. Look, if they want to keep him as the vice president of the Eagles, whatever, just take power away from him when it comes to player personnel. That's all I'm asking, and that's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen at all. So, all right. So a lot of people, I keep seeing in the chat, they want to talk about the draft. They want to talk about number 6 pick. Who do you want right now? If you had a pick right now today, who are you taking at number 6?
You know what's crazy, 500? Because you my guy and I got so much love for you, brother, I'm going to answer this question. But I just dropped a video about 10 minutes ago before we came on here. And I said this. But I'm going to be a stowaway on this one.
All right.
So I'm looking at Chase Young. This guy is a problem. And I understand that he didn't play last year. So a lot of people are going to forget him. And they're going to go with a Smith because what have you done for me lately type of thing. And you know what I mean? Fresh in their minds. Won the Heisman. So to me, I think Smith probably gone. I think Jamar Chase will be there. But I think you can move. I think you can move back and still get Pitts. I'm not even going to lie to you. When I say Pitts, it's generational talent.
Yes.
When you turn on the tape, people want to talk to me about Surtain. Man, he cooked him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, had snack in the middle. When I tell you, he gave this dude the business. Man, I ain't going to lie to you. I love Pitts, but here's the thing. It's always something.
Okay.
Having a tight end with the first round pick is and top 6 or top 10 is going to be so devastating in the long run.
Right.
Now I know people ain't going to worry about that. They ain't worried about the long run. But I'm saying that because if things go like how I think they could go, meaning that we have Pitts and Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz is gone, needs to be. But Zach Ertz is gone, right? Now we had these two. These two could be the next Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. You know, I hate to bring that name up, but talent-wise, you see it. You know, you'll be able to see it. And then Dallas Goedert is going to get paid. And by the time it's time for to get paid in 4 years, Dallas Goedert will only be like 30, 31. So we're going to have these guys getting paid like almost wide receiver money. And are you going to be able to keep everything around you? The reason I say this is because of what I just said earlier about the money. It's all about the money. You know what I mean? So are you going to be able to pay? Are you going to be able to pay a Dallas Goedert and a Pitts in the long run? But to me, you gotta have Pitts, man. This dude, when we talk about generational, come on, man. This dude breaks the mold.
Mark Holmes is here. State of the Eagles is they stink. Well, how many Dak Prescott videos did you do today, Mark? Like 9, 10, 13, 14? Go make me some keto. I need some keto. Sand some wood. Come on, Mark Holmes. Where's Dak Anthony? Where's the fitness? Because I heard Mark made him change his name because he loves Dak so much. Now listen, here's my thing on Pitts, because I am telling you right now, I am taking Kyle Pitts at 6. I don't think anything is going to change my mind from now till the draft. It could.
At 6, that's how I think you can move. Listen, still get him.
Listen to me. Listen, this dude, like you said, is a generational talent.
He is
generational talent. Not only do you people look at him as a tight end, I think he's a receiver. He's 6'6", 240 pounds. Now there's stuff going on today. I got people who sent me links on Twitter, showing me video of him running the cone. And I also Ty Yoshida, shout out to you. Thank you for sending me the link earlier today on Kyle Pitts running. He ran a cone. Joe Vega called me about it. He was talking about it. He ran a shuttle. He was running a cone, and he scored 87. If he was a wide receiver, he would score in the 87% percentile of wide receivers. So he could run as fast as receiver. Now, I think they said on the 40 he ran a 4.5 that they were showing. If he runs a 4.5 or less, to me, he has to be a wide receiver. I'm putting him outside as a wide receiver. Yeah, so Texas Boy's saying Pitts ran a 4.57. 4.57 is a 6'6", 240 pounds, can play wide receiver. Okay, he can play wide receiver. And the thing they said about his cone was that it got better and faster as he was running it. So a lot of guys start fast and they start slowing up. He was getting faster. I believe this guy could play wide receiver. That being said, I don't know how many 6'6", 240-pound wide receivers are out there. There's your DK Metcalf. There he is. I can move him all around. That's why I got to go Pitts.
I'm cool moving it all around. I don't know about him actually playing the wide receiver position, because so much goes into that he's too big for. Like, it's a reason that big guys don't play that position.
Except for DK Metcalf, Terrell Owens, Megatron.
Yeah. But once again, yeah. I mean, but DK Metcalf, he's not no. What is Pitts like? What, 250? 240. Like, yeah, on 240, 250. He probably 250 now. He is easy to lose 10 pounds. So, but what I'm saying is, I don't know if he would. I don't know, man. I don't know if he would be a traditional wide receiver. But when you look at it, you don't really need him to be, because you got a Rhaegar, and I know a lot of people is down on Rhaegar because of Justin Jefferson. I get it, I understand it, but he wasn't being used right. This dude is a better version of Aguilar, and I know we say Aguilar, alligator arms, Aguilar, AAA. I know, I get it. But what I mean is, he wasn't being used around. He wasn't being used in end rounds. You know what I mean? He wasn't being used put in the backfield. He wasn't being used like how they use fast speed guys. So it was a shame, and a lot of people are calling him a bust now after 1 year, and I can't go that route. So for me the reason I'm saying that is because you have other wide receivers that you can just plug him up and put him anywhere. Like I think Quez Watkins. First of all, I think Quez Watkins, him and Fulgham, I think they're going to be the best wide receivers that we have. You know what I mean? I love Quez Watkins, man. I love his tape. Every time he got the ball last year, he made something happen. And we already know about Fulgham. You know what I mean? Having them two, wow. And then I will put Rhaegar in the slot. Rhaegar's a slot guy. And then if you got Goddard and Pitts, come on, stop it, man. Stop it. People say we ain't got talent. I'm trying to tell you, that core right there, then you sprinkling in Hightower, and you still probably got Richard Rodgers. Stop it.
I know a lot of people. I'm looking at the chat. A lot of people are talking about Megatron ran 4.3. DK Metcalf, he ran a 4.3. I know DK Metcalf ran a 4.3. He's like 6'3". 235 pounds.
I'm still pissed about that. How do you miss on that?
I don't know. How do you take Arcega-Whiteside over him? Look, that's automatic firing as far as I'm concerned. And the thing is I watched his combine. We all did. He was a stud. Here's what I'll say. I think Pitts is such a unique talent that I'm telling you, right? And look, it's early. My feelings can change as I look at other guys. But when I look at Devontae Smith, I love Devontae Smith. I love Jamar Chase. But I just feel like Kyle Pitts he's just so much more of a mismatch for all those guys. I look at Pitts and say, if I could put him outside and I got Rager or Quez on the outside, I got Speed on the outside, it's going to open up everything for everybody. I don't know a corner that can cover this guy. I don't think a linebacker safety could cover this guy. I think he's a stud. I do. Joseph Vega, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, Mark Holmes, Dallas stinks. Pull out your VCR tapes to watch your last Super Bowl. Philly Fresh, we got to take Pitts. He has played out receiver and yeah, I mean, he used to be a receiver. He likes playing.
I'm not saying he can't play it. I just don't know if he's an every down receiver. But what I also said is you don't need him to be. I mean, we got receivers.
You are in love again. Yeah, I'm in love with Pitts. Not gonna lie, I do. I there's always a guy every year that it's just like, oh yeah, that guy.
Stop doing that because then they're gonna break your heart, man.
Well, that's what they do. They break my heart.
They don't get them. They're gonna break your heart
every year. Every year.
Mir, because Mir, I want to know what you don't like about Pitts.
Who said that?
Mir at 643. Mir Slant.
Let me.
That's my little homie, right? That's my little homie. Football.
No, let me see if I can find him.
All the way at the bottom. He all the way at the bottom.
43.
Yeah.
Well, what did he say? And I'll look for it.
He don't like Pitts. He was in my live earlier. He said y'all both wrong. Philly and Fresh. Pitts was a former wide receiver turned tight end. You don't lose it with. Okay. Well, now.
All right, there you go.
Wrong one because he wasn't that high on Pitts, and I wanted to know why. But okay.
Well, he's saying, yeah, he was. You don't lose your wide receiver skills. Yeah. Now I will say this: I did look up when Florida's pro day is because I know he's running fast cones and 40s, but he needs to do that on a pro day, the pro day when it counts, when the scouts are there. That's March 31st. So March 31st, if Pitts comes out and he's running cones like that, and he runs to me a somewhere between a 4.4 and a 4.5, I'm drafting him. I'm telling you right now. That's what I would do.
So the 40 times that see the cones was going to get me.
Well, the cones they said that he scored if he was a wide receiver, he would score in the 87th percentile.
Yeah.
I mean that is
like you said, it's going to matter pro day.
It does. That's when it matters, right? Yeah, that's when it matters.
That's what I'm saying. So when the cones come up pro day, that's what I'm gonna be looking at, man. And because I want to see how agile he actually is.
Yeah. When I look at him playing, and then you look at his tape, he does not look like a tight end to me. He looks like a wide receiver. Now, if I don't take him, the only guy for me personally, okay, and we got 373 people in here. Please please subscribe. A lot of people have been saying that for whatever reason they're getting unsubscribed to me. So make sure that you're not and resubscribe. And then definitely follow the link in the description. Sub up my man Philly Fresh. I wanted to tell me, man, I got a lot of subs out of this. So make sure you sub them up. You're not going to be disappointed.
Not at all.
What the hell was I saying? What was I trying to say? What the hell was I saying? Pitt, yeah. If there's one guy that I may go over Pitts, if he's there, is Penny Sewell. If he falls,
he's another freak of nature, man.
Freak of nature. He's the guy you plug in day one for the next 10 years. That's how I look at him. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said this in my live earlier. You get him, and you got Jordan Mailata, you got the kid from Auburn, and then you can put Dillard at guard now. Right. You can put Dillard at guard. Like you don't got to first round pick.
I might move Mulata over to right tackle and let him play a year behind Lane.
That's what I would do.
You know what I mean? And let him learn that side.
Because let's keep it real, man. A lot of people had not been saying this, but I've been saying this for the last about a month and a half now. This offensive line is slowly deteriorating right in front of our eyes. When you look at Kelsey always got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He don't know if he's going to want to play, if he want to retire. Right. When you look at Lane Johnson, love Lane Johnson. Right. But that ankle is a problem, man. He got to keep it cleaned out, and that's a problem. Bear Brooks, love Bear Brooks. But man, the Achilles, one after another, that's a hurt piece. We don't know how he's going to come back. Is he going to still be the best right guard in the game?
Right.
Coming back off of that. So I just named 75% of the offensive line. You know what I mean? And we still don't know who our left tackle is.
Yeah. Brandon says Sewell's a beast. Best offensive line in ages. A lot of people think so. I
think the Jets go with him. I just got a feeling the Jets don't go with quarterback. I think they go with offensive line, man.
I don't think, even if the Bengals are picking and he's there, they're taking him. I mean, they got to protect Burrow, who got hurt last year. You can't afford it. So I don't think he's going to be there. But he's the one guy that I'm like, if he's there, I may go over Pitts and take him because I think he's that good. If I can't draft Pitts, I'm telling you, my thought goes to Devontae Smith versus Jamar Chase. I'm about it between those.
One of them is going to be there.
Man. One of them will be there. But here's the thing: if Pitts runs what we think he can do, and we're talking about that in the cones, he runs that. Miami might take him. He might not make it past 3. I'm telling you, he's that talented.
Is Miami sold on Tua though? I mean, I've been hearing a lot of things, man.
I mean, I would think.
I've been hearing a lot of things, yo. Like I done talked to people over there. You know, I just came back from Miami about a week ago too. Just to throw that out there. You know what I mean? Out there with the Queen and all that.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I talked to a couple people out there, and a lot of people are not sold on Tua, man. And who knows where they go? But if they do end up getting Pitts, that'll definitely be a hurt piece. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So if that happens, what you going with? You going with Chase?
It's going to be well. I would assume at that point, if he goes at 3, I figure Atlanta takes the quarterback at 4. Then you're going to have Cincinnati's going to take that tackle. So I think Chase and Smith will both be there. So I have to go Devontae.
Both of them going to be there.
If Pitts goes 3, yeah. Delron Doyle says if we don't draft Pitts, Dallas will. That is true. Dallas got to
go defense. There's no way. There's no way they're going to go defense.
If they don't take him, the Giants will. I tell you what, Giant fans are drooling over him.
Yeah, they hate Evan Ingram over there. They hate him.
Yeah, he stinks. He stinks, dude. I would hate him too. He's Nelson Stinkelar like, you know. He really is. Philly Talk Podcast, my man. He says Eagles of Fire. Shout out to you, my man. Thank you for the super chat.
Shout out to Philly Talk Podcast, aka Philly Mike, and also a 4 for the Battle Bird podcast. My guy, man.
Appreciate there you go. And 385 people and 391 people. Make sure you go sub up Philly Fresh. Link is in the description. You will not be disappointed at all. You know?
Appreciate it.
System of the Knot. What's up, my man? He says, yo, Philly, man. What's up, man? Just got off work. How you doing? What's up, Philly Fresh? What's happening, my man?
What's going on? How you feeling, man? Hey, 500, man. Let me tell you something, man.
All right, you tell me.
No, let me ask you something, man.
All right. Ask me. Go ahead. I'll try to answer.
Because I watched the video last night, and you made a very, very good point with the second round pick moving back up to first. So I want to know, who do you want around that 26th, 25th area?
Here's my hope. right? Let me say, Bashir, what's up, my man? He says, I don't want Pitts because what happens when we don't run 12 personnel? That's our 6th pick on the bench. No, he's playing wide receiver.
That's not happening.
I want him at wide receiver.
Wait, he's not going to play. I don't got any wide receiver. I think we got wide receivers. I think we got him.
I think he could play it. But like I said, we got to see. We have to see the pro day. I have to see the pro day.
Yeah, but there's no way. But nephew, Bashir, there's no way that dude's going to be on the bench.
No,
they're going to find a way to get him on 80%. See, a lot of people say, and I think Mike. I heard Mike say this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. But I heard, well, if he's playing tight end, he got to split snaps, and he probably only play 70% of the snaps. No, you don't have to run 12 personnel all the time to have this dude on the field.
Right.
That's the thing about it. He's such of a freak of nature. You don't have to have him.
Here's another thing to think about with him. Okay. Dallas Goedert's last year of his contract is this year. If the Eagles don't want to commit big money to him, you draft Kyle Pitts now, even if he's staying at tight end, because you may lose Goddard in free agency. Just a thought, if they don't want to spend big money on him. Be more Philly Indy, man. Thank you for super chat. He says, my guys, 500 and the general. What's happening, B More? How you doing, my man?
Yeah, just calling B More Philly. You got to take the Indy out. No, he keep trying to put the Indy in there.
I saw he did.
Yeah. Now, and you know why he did that.
right. I know. I got Joe got locks.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, B More is awesome, man. B More is awesome. Now here's the answer to your question, because you brought up a video that I did, and a lot of people thought I was talking about trading the 6th pick. I never was talking about trading the 6th pick. I was talking about getting that 2nd round pick. You now have extra picks and trading back into the 1st round because you need top end talent. My hope is that J.C. Horn drops to about 25, 26, somewhere around there. And then I trade back up and I get him. That's who I want. Because I'm going to tell you, the more I watch J.C. Horn, the more I think he could be. Him and Surtain are the best 2 corners in this draft, in my opinion.
I do not like Surtain. I am sorry.
No?
I don't like him. When I see what Jamar Chase did to him, when I see what Kyle Pitts did to him, if you can't, you're going to be going against elite wide receivers every single week. And the elite guys you can't even stick with. Cool. I'm cool on him. Like to draft a guy like that. A lot of people talking about get him at 6. Get the heck out of here. To draft a guy like that, the other guy Farley is better than him. To me, my personal opinion. Like, I haven't really broke down a lot of tape on Farley, but I did break down some tape on Surtain, and it came from when I was breaking down the tape on Pitts. And I'm looking at this dude, man, and the intermediate stuff, the slash, the dig routes and all that kind of stuff. He's good at that. He know how to play with his hands and all that. He's good at that. But when you talking about going over the top on this guy, he starts getting the Ronald Darby shakes. Like, and I don't want a guy like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want a guy that is stable in they're running a post route or whatever the case may be. So I don't really I'm not saying I don't like Surtain and he can't be developed, but not at number. I'm not taking him at number 6 ever.
Right. The one thing about him that does worry me is his how he's going to play against speed wide receivers. I think he's going to have a problem. I like Farley, but I tell you, J.C. Horn to me, he's like a combination of both. I think he's the perfect mix. I like him a lot. I really do. Kazi 420, thank you for the super chat, and I hope Mark Holmes hears your comment. F the Cowboys. Couldn't say it better myself, buddy. Thank you for the super chat.
Hey, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? 500. Giants Opinion Sports with this comment. He said, "I like Waddle better than any of the wide receivers." I'm gonna tell you like this. It's gonna be very, very interesting at this combine Because remember, it was Judy. It was Judy. And everybody's talking about Judy going. But then what did Ruggs do? He ran that 4-3 or whatever he ran, right? Ruggs went first before Judy. Shoot, like 2-3 other people went before him. But anyway, Ruggs went first. It's going to be very, very peculiar to me if Waddle wows everybody with this time, with this 40 time.
He will.
He winds up, and that's what I'm saying. Everybody speed. Ever since Kansas City did it, everything is speed now. So what if one of them guys that was probably going to take a Smith or take a Chase was like, no, let's take Waddle instead. That's gonna flip the whole situation. And
I like Waddle. I like Waddle.
I like Waddle.
Yeah, I did a Philly reacts on Waddle, Trey Lance, and Zach Wilson. I'll be putting out later in the week, but I like Waddle. I got to tell you though, I still like Devontae Smith better. I still like Jamar Chase. What's up, buddy?
It's my son, man.
Awesome.
He's as big as me, man.
That's good to see, man. I love seeing that. That's awesome.
It's my son. He be big as me, boy. 200 pounds, 14.
Hey, man, we need linebackers, man.
I'm trying to get him on the football field, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of linebacker, where do you think Michael Parsons gonna go?
Well, it sounds like he could be dropping because of some off the field stuff. Yeah. Now he's another guy that I'm talking about. If he starts falling late in the first round, I wouldn't mind trading back up or not even trading up the first round. You could trade up to the first pick in the second round. I don't care. Right. But the only thing with him is the Eagles don't value linebackers. You know what I mean?
But I'm a Penn State fan. I watched this dude for 2 years. When I say this dude is generational, like how we talk about Pitts, not on the same level, right? But when I say a game changer, this dude is a game changer. Now he can't cover. He couldn't cover a twin bed with a king size blanket. You know what I mean? So he can't really cover. Right. But you talk about getting after the football. Nobody in this draft gets after the football better than that dude. No. Nobody.
He's a downhill linebacker, and he needs to play that way. And if you play in that style, if he goes in the right defense, he'll be an all-pro. Ty says, me and Philly, man, know about J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn's the real deal. I'm telling you. If I could trade back,
I ain't do my breakdown on him yet.
Check him out, man.
I know about him, but I don't really speak on things and just look at highlights. I like to really actually look at it, either a game or tape. Yeah. You know,
you can't do like I do those Philly reacts, and people always like, you can't study somebody on their highlights. I'm like, this isn't about studying somebody's highlights. This is about first impression. You know what I mean? I'm just giving a first impression. Some of these guys I've seen, some I haven't, but it's just first impression. You have to then go back and study them and go look at them. But I'm not going to do an hour video on tapes. Like, that's not really me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Just because I don't put it on camera don't mean I don't know how to break down tape.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's there's a lot of guys that do that. Shout out to Gay City's great at that. Yeah. And I'm gonna have him on hopefully soon, but that's not my thing. Like I get people say, well, why don't you start interviewing people? That's not my thing. This is not an interview. This is a collaboration. But I'm a dingbat. I work off of emotion. That's the kind of person I am. Everything I do is emotional, for the most part, with a touch of logic here and there. You know what I mean? But
okay, so basically, we no, go ahead.
Oh, System of the Knot, man. Thank you for super chat, man. I love System of the Knot. Great guy, great channel member. Shout out to both these guys. Fly Eagles Fly. Thank you so much, man. And we got 416 people in here. Please please subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you click the link in the description. Go sub up Philly Fresh, the General, because the General is here. And I couldn't be more thankful, man, that you hopped on. Really.
Hey, man, I'm glad you called, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is long overdue, but I think this is the perfect time. Everything happened for a reason. That's how I live life. You know what I mean? But I do want to ask you, would you be surprised if they do go with a quarterback?
No, I think it's at least a 50-50 shot. I think it's very possible they do it. They do something ridiculous like that, or they take some defensive end that's supposed to go late first round or something like that.
I don't see and I said this, and I'm gonna say this on your page because your page is definitely way bigger than mine. I want to know, please, anybody comment, whatever the case may be. Look me up on Twitter, Instagram, PhillyFresh60. DM me. I don't see any DN in this draft that sticks out to me at all. Like nothing comes to mind when I say it.
There's a couple guys I like, but nobody that I like at top 10. I probably nobody for me in the top 15. From what I've seen, Imperial, man, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. He says, if we moved up from the second, I'd take Harris from Bama. He would be a smooth compliment to Sanders. Keep up the good work with the 500 and the general. Thank you, Imperial. He brings up an interesting thing because Najee Harris, the running back, is another guy that I would consider trading up for. I know you have Miles, but my God, that guy is an absolute monster. And what a compliment he would be.
Yeah, they're two different backs, and they would complement each other like no other than me. And I ain't gonna lie, after that, the guy that we just signed to kind of a franchise tag, but it's not. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
it's really no need for him. I love ball unless you're gonna play him on special teams. And I don't want him doing any kickoffs.
Right.
See, here's the thing that we need to discuss real fast before we get out of here. The problem last year, first of all, we had no identity. I talked about the identity in a couple of videos. We had no identity. If you want to be somebody, you have to have an identity. You have to have somebody say, we need to stop that.
Right.
And you build off of that. And then you do other things according to that. The last 3 years, we had no identity. You want to talk about injuries, going for it on fourth down. That was it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Nick Sirianni has to come in and he has to bring an identity.
Right.
This team. Is it going to be running the football and let Jalen Hurts do what he does on third down if we get into that trouble? Or are we going to use all our speed wide receivers and go down the field and do screens and all that kind of stuff? Like, we have to have an identity, man.
Well, I mean, we didn't last year, no question about it, and it's too early to know what we have this year.
Right.
My thing is that we don't have enough top end talent, enough game changers, enough playmakers on this team. Young guys, we got some guys who are getting older that were those guys that can't be long term. That's why this draft is so important. Philly. AN4RCH, I don't know how you pronounce that. Thank you for super chat. He says, Nico Collins in the second round. Have you watched him yet? I've not watched him yet, but I hear a lot of good things about him.
Yeah, I done seen some stuff.
I haven't seen him yet. Have you seen him at all?
I seen some, yeah.
What'd you think?
Second round talent.
Second round talent. Well, that could be perfect for us. We can't draft in the second round to save our lives. Be more Philly. He says, first time in 4 years, I'm not worried about the draft. See, I'm more worried about the draft this year than probably any time in the last 5 years.
You can't miss, though. You can't miss.
Because, you can't miss with the
Unless you're Howie.
But look, the sixth pick isn't what I worry about. It's the second round pick, the third round pick, the
third round pick.
We got one now because we traded with the Colts. We got the Colts.
One got a fourth round pick. I'm sorry, one got a fourth round pick.
We don't have a fourth round pick. We have 2/3. We have no fourth, 2/5. Right?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. Why not get the second and third and come back in the first round? Why not? And get a top end.
Why not? Yeah.
I mean, look, we can't pick. Look at the record of how we pick in second round picks. It's horrible. So the sixth round pick,
that's doing anything on this team in the last seven years. You want to say 7-5 is Miles Sanders and Dallas Goedert.
That's it. That's all. That's it.
Do you know that it's mainly at the wide receiver position, but there's other positions too that our practice squad guys are outperforming our draft picks.
I know. Well, when you draft J.J. Ortega-Whiteside,
Fulgham was our best wide receiver last year. Greg Ward was it the year before that. So when you break it down, it's like, dude, like our scout team is doing a better job than Howie Roseman.
Yeah. I mean, there's no question about it. So I am worried about the draft. The 6th pick is my least of my concerns. The other picks are what scare the crap out of me, and that's why if I could trade back up into the first round with the guy at 25, 26, maybe a JC Horn, we get lucky, drops a little bit. Like I would do it, because otherwise the more picks that go off the board, the lesser chances Howie has of getting it right. That's how I see it,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
And that's why I say it got to be kind of like no-brainers. Like Miles Sanders was a kind of a no-brainer. Dallas Goedert moving up to get him, that was good, but it was kind of a no-brainer. But then you got picks that are head scratchers. The J.J. Ortega-Whitesides, you know what I mean? You had so many picks that make you say, dude, what the hell is you doing?
Right.
Like when you was at the combine and when you was looking at this guy, you really thought that he was better than these other guys,
right?
Even last year, it's not Hurts' fault,
right?
It's not Hurts' fault, but you had more holes than a laundry basket,
right?
In last year,
right?
And you chose to pick a freaking quarterback.
Yeah. No matter what Hurts turns into, the strategy of that second round pick is horrible.
And it's a shame. It's a shame because that's what he's going to be attached to.
Right.
Like you did that kid. You did Carson or Jalen Hurts no justice by drafting Jalen Hurts at the 53rd pick.
No, I hear you. Shout out to LB is in the house. Brunson, what's happening, my man? So I saw Brunson feels the same way now about Pitts. I think he's coming around to my side of thinking Pitts and speed guy. Now I'm gonna have Brunson on State of the Eagles on Thursday, so that should be interesting.
He was stubborn on that one. He did not want a tight end. He did not want a tight end. He wanted a Chase, but
I'm telling you, this kid.
When you look at the dude Tate, man, it's wild. It's wowzers. It's wowzers, man. Shout out to LB, man. I'm still waiting on my bottle opener, but that's my guy.
Shout out LB, no doubt. Philly Talk Podcast, thank you for the super chat. He says 6th pick, don't worry me until we take a quarterback. Yeah, well, I mean, that may happen.
And that's what I'm saying. See, to me, I don't have no dispersion, and it got nothing to do with Jalen Hurts. But if Nick Siri says that's not my guy, I want my own guy, then how can you be mad? Right. Now, we're never going to know if that's the situation. But 9 times out of 10, to me, I think that if that happens, that will be the reason why. You know what I mean? Not because we're a quarterback factory, because we sure as hell ain't. Nick is going to be out of a job next year.
Yeah.
So who have you developed to call yourself a quarterback factory? But that's neither here nor there. We ain't going to get into that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm
telling you, if you just listen to some of Howie Roseman press conferences, he says some of the dumbest things, yo.
Oh God, yeah.
Like they should just take his mic from him after 5 minutes. Just say, "Hi, how you doing? We did good. Bye." Like
I think he should be back in the boiler room. I don't think he should be speaking right now because I think a lot of people are. Although when the trade becomes official, I want to hear what happened. Like I don't want them just to trade Carson and then never hear what happened, what was going on behind the scenes, the Eagles' perspective of Carson's, because nobody has said anything, and I think we deserve to know. You know what I mean?
Nobody has said nothing. I don't think we're not going to hear for another 10, 15 years in a book or something.
Yeah, I know.
Eagles, they didn't even put a post out everybody was grinding Carson Wentz up for not speaking and not saying anything when Doug Peterson got fired. First of all, if you working at a job and your manager lays you off and then he turns out getting fired, are you gonna cry or make a post or call him? No, he fired me.
Right.
He laid me off, should I say? And when I say that, I mean the benching. You know what I mean? Did he deserve to get benched? You're freaking right. But still, he's looking at it like, why in the hell do I need to say anything? But the Eagles ain't saying anything either. But ain't nobody grinding them up about it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You put out a post saying thanks Deshaun Jackson for everything that he done. What did he do the second time come around? He played like 5 games in 2 years.
Yeah. No, I know. I hear you. David Bradley says Eagles are going to draft Mac Jones. They better not draft Mac Jones at 6. I'm to be honest. If they draft, the only way I would take a quarterback early is if Trevor Lawrence dropped. If he don't drop, I'm not taking a quarterback.
There's no way he dropped.
No, there's no way in hell. You would have to trade up for him. And even then, Jacksonville's not going to get rid of him.
So how you feel about the dude from BYU?
I'm intrigued with him. I like what I see, even though I've liked what I've seen so far of him. I don't like him enough that I'm taking him at 6, at least not at this point. Okay. You know what I mean? But I do. I was more impressed, and shout out to S. Marie DeBooth if she's in here still. But she was like saying he's good. I liked him more than I thought I would. I need to go watch more and study him.
Right.
But I don't want to take him at 6. See, my whole thing is take Jalen Hurts, give him the year. If build around, if he doesn't do a good job, prime time Stephen Joyce. Shout out to you, my man. Stephen Joyce in the house. Howie is taking a long snapper. Wouldn't be surprised. We're a long snapping factory now. I guess that's what we're going to be.
Shout out to
I don't know what the Eagles are thinking of what they're going to do. I know that they don't have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of money for free agency. So the draft is very, very important. They have to be aggressive. They have to go get the guys they want. The thing that annoys the crap out of me with the Eagles is when they have ammo and they sit back and they let the board just fall to them and they wait. And you get guys, remember a few years like Dalvin Cook sitting on the board, goes a couple picks before you. Like, you got to be aggressive and go get the guy, especially when you need top-end talent like we do now. Go back in the first round. I want them to take a pick at 6, and then I want them to trade back up into the first round. That's what I want from them,
I ain't gonna lie. I just want them to draft. I don't want you to draft for need. Draft best player available and figure it out.
Yeah, well, especially in the first round, you got to go best player available. I totally agree with you.
But even in the second round of me, if you're not going to move up, draft the best player available and figure. I don't care. The reason I'm saying that 500, I don't care if he's a locker room cancer. Mm-hmm. I don't care if like the reason that a lot of people saying that Howie Roseman didn't draft DK Metcalf is because he wasn't a good guy off the field or in a locker room or something like that. Like, I don't give a damn. Do you see the dude?
I know. I know. Like, dude, I say this all the time.
You deal with Metcalf. Like,
look at DK Metcalf. Look at his combine. Look at everything he was doing. Okay, the Eagles said that they were worried about his neck injury. This was an excuse. If you look at him at the combine, the guy is destroying it. He is obviously healthy. And then you look at J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I mean, guy's got a mom carrying an umbrella around training camp on a clear day so he doesn't have the sun in his face. Those are your two choices. How do you look at Arcega-Whiteside? Like, do you line these two guys up and go, that's the guy that I want? Yeah. How do you do it? I don't get it. I can't understand.
Because
it's like choosing Pee Wee Herman in a fight with Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
No, but he was dominant in college. But he wasn't being used how he should have been. But he wasn't more. You still can't make that pick. You can. I don't give a damn. Like 500 out of 500 times, I am, and no pun intended to you, brother. But I'm taking DK every single time, neck injury and all. It's no way that you do not. It's no way that you make that pick, man.
Right.
It's really no way, man.
It was not a Doug pick. Doug didn't have any picks. That's why Doug is not here no more. Metcalf fell because of his medicals. He did fall, but here's the issue. He fell late in the second round, and you are now using your second round pick. If there's ever a chance to take a chance on a guy, is when you're picking your second round pick. That was it. That was the pick.
So why is it that you can skip a DK Metcalf because of neck injury, but you take a Sidney Jones in the second round?
Right. Took Sidney Jones in the second round.
Like, come on, these excuses not make it's not leveling up. It don't make no sense.
No, I don't believe it. I believe the Eagles say things like that when they're caught, that they just screwed up. Say we just screwed up. They screwed it up. They can't admit it, so they come out with, well, he did fall, and some of it was because of medical. I get it. But you are now picking him.
Talent, but
you're picking him with, he was top 10 talent. You were picking him with your second round pick. If there's ever a chance to take a shot on a talent, there it is, right there. Fact. You know what I mean? You already took Dillard. You had Miles Sanders. You could have had DK Metcalf. And here's the issue. You take DK Metcalf, you don't need to take Rager the following year. Now you can draft offensive line. Now you can draft defense. When you miss on picks, it comes back and haunts you. It does. It's just the truth.
Yeah, if we got Metcalf and Seattle don't, we win it. We probably win the game even if Carson Wentz does take that sucker shot.
I mean, you had DK Metcalf. It could be a whole different thing going on right now with this team.
It was so crazy and poetic that he ended our season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like things like that we deserve. Like I'm saying, we as Howie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look, I hope that it taught the Eagles a lesson, and I hope that they come out, and I'm not expecting it to, but I hope they come out and they take the best player available. Like you said, I don't see. Here's the thing. I think it's a luxury to take a guy for position early in the draft. If you're a team and you one player, two players away from competing and winning a Super Bowl, you want to take the guy for the position, fine. But when you are like the Eagles, who may be a couple years away from really competing again, you have to take the best player on the board, regardless of position, because in 2 years, the positional needs could be totally different. Don't waste time worrying about what you need for next year. Worry about what you're going to get for 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the road. That has to be their mindset. Forget position. I don't care that the Eagles need a linebacker more than a receiver or offensive. Take the best player available.
Exactly. And that's exactly how I feel. Like, talent is everything in the National Football League. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying everybody got to be the most talented. 2017 team was not the most talented team in the NFL the year that we won the Super Bowl. But when you are building, because that's what we're doing right now. Let's not try to act like we out there fighting. I don't even think we're fighting for the NFC East.
Right.
We are building. When you are building, you need to draft talent.
Right.
You need to draft guys that stick out and you say, damn, I wish I had that guy.
Yeah. I agree.
It's been many times that I watch Red Zone and stuff like that, and I say, damn, I wish we had that guy. I'm pretty sure the other 31 teams look at our team and don't say that at all.
Not now, because our big name guys are all older. I mean, we got some young guys that are up and coming, but we need more. We need top end talent. Jason Nelson says, I saw Pro Football Focus that since 2017, the Eagles are 30th in the NFL, ahead of only Arizona and Vegas for drafting players. Wins above replacement. Jeez, that's bad. And if you go back to 2010 and you take out the Chip Kelly years, we actually have the worst drafting record.
Yo, Chip Kelly was a heck of a drafter.
He knew talent, couldn't coach, but he knew talent.
Like the core players.
Yeah.
When we won that Super Bowl,
were his guys.
Chip Kelly guys.
Yeah, I know.
Kelly guys.
Oh, they were. There's no question about it. And he drafted some linebackers too.
Howie got 1 year deals and free agents and plugged in the right guys.
Right.
The outshines at that time, the Torrey Smith, the LeGarrette Blunts. He plugged in the right guys.
Yep.
But you want to talk about the core of that team? That's Chip.
Absolutely. So we'll do about 5 more minutes because we're already over an hour. So I'm just enjoying this conversation with my man, the General. And make sure you guys click the link in the description. Sub him up. Make sure you sub him up.
I work my off.
Yeah, he's awesome. I enjoy his videos, and we're gonna have a lot of Eagle content creators, big, small, whatever. I want to get people on. I want people to express their opinion, and I want to help promote anybody that I can. So, but I mean, me and you see things I think a lot, very similar in terms of this team. I am gonna say, sometimes I think like people usually last year people accused me of being too positive. Now I've been kind of accused lately of being too negative. So I kind of feel like I'm in the middle, I'm balanced. I will say that I do not trust Howie Roseman. He is something that I worry about. But we're stuck with him, so I can only hope he does the right thing. I do like Nick Sirianni though. I like him. I like what I've heard of him. I don't care about him being nervous. I like some of the coaches that they've hired, and I'm very excited about him. And I'm excited to see what Jalen Hurts can do. Those things excite me about this team, and a good draft would be even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like it's a new regime, it's a new era. And when you start in them kind of things, you want to start off on the right foot. You know what I mean?
Right.
And this draft is one of them things. Like the coaching staff, I do like that they're young. And I like a lot of things that I know a lot of people grinding them up about the interview, not interview, but when he first talked to the media or whatever the case may be. A lot of people grind him up. He was stumbling and fumbling and bumbling every darn way.
Yeah.
I get it. It was funny, but that doesn't make the man.
Right.
If you look at my first video, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Go to my first video, and you can go to the videos and go to oldest. You click oldest. Go to my first video. That really wasn't who I was.
Mm-hmm.
But being kind of nervous and not doing something for the first time, it makes you iffy. You know what I mean? This is who I am. This is who I am right now. The man that you're talking to, but I was not like that in the first video. So I'm gonna give him slack. I'm not gonna sit here and grind the man up because was it funny? Yeah, it was funny. Some of the stuff that he said, and but my thing is, I think that he made the right decisions on his staff. It seemed like he picked his own staff, and that's one leg up on Doug Peterson. Remember when Doug Peterson came? Frank Wright was already here. Jim Schwartz was already here. I think Deep Lippo was already here.
Yeah,
he was kind of a plug-in guy, and we're gonna because of all the accolades that you getting from Andy Reid, Big Red over there.
Right.
We're gonna let you sit at the table with the big boys.
They let him pick his offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, his friend. That was the one thing Doug was allowed to do. Mr. Davis, man, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that so much. He didn't put anything in the comment, but man, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
But I hear you.
Somebody keeps telling you don't forget to check your mail.
Yeah, System of the Knot. I'm gonna check it out as soon as this stream is over. I'm headed out to the PO box to my post office, and I gotta get some a prescription for my wife. So I will have it tonight, no doubt about it. But let me take this time. Thank everybody for being here once again. If you haven't, make sure you click the link in the description. Sub up my man, Philly Fresh, the General. It was an honor to have you on the show tonight, man. I appreciate it. Really liked your point of views and interested to hear what you had to say. I'm going to check that Pitts video out that you did definitely. But I think we'll end this here because we are over an hour. I told him 45 minutes to an hour, and we've gone beyond that. So,
hey, man, if you ever looked at some of my lives, man, I'll be going for 3-4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I do that sometimes. But
yeah, this was just an episode. You know what I mean?
This is an episode, and we'll be doing this. Yeah, we'll be doing this again. I'm going to do what I want to do is I want to do some of these episodes, and then I want to get the people that were on the episodes and do roundtables with guys. So, and I want to try to put it in a way where I'm putting people who I know disagree, so we can have good conversation. You know,
I got you.
That's always the best. But thank you, man, for joining. Thank you, everybody, for the subscriptions, the likes, the super chats. I appreciate, love you guys all. With that, man, I'm gonna end this. Philly Fresh, man. Thank you again for being here, man.
Everybody, appreciate y'all comment, and I see y'all comments. I see y'all support. Seriously, want to thank Philly 500 bringing me on here, man. This dude, if y'all don't know, this is one of the first, the first, not one of the first person to comment on my videos, man. And I got some information from him, and I never look back. You know what I mean? That's why, because of this guy, that's why I'm so giving also. You know what I mean? If you got a channel, you come to me, come holler at me. I don't slap nobody hand away, like, because it's been done to me. So I appreciate this guy from the bottom of my heart, man. Seriously, appreciate all of y'all, man. We work hard, you know what I mean, to give y'all content, and all y'all got to do is like it, and we appreciate everything that y'all do, man. Seriously, without y'all, there ain't no us, man. Yo, that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right, everybody. You guys, we'll be back probably tomorrow. So you guys take care. I'll talk to you later, and of course, don't be a dingbat.